Hello everybody, in this video you're going to learn how to multiply, and this is also called times or times table. Sometimes you will hear people say 3 times 4 or 2 times 6 and 5 times 2 and all these numbers, and or you might hear 2 multiplied by 5. That's the same as 2 times 5. So you're going to hear me say times, and you're going to hear me say multiply. In some parts of the world, when you do multiplication, they say 2 by 5 instead of 2 times 5 or 2 multiplied by 5. They just say 2 by 5. So you just need to know that there's different ways to say it, and it doesn't really matter which one you say because they're all correct. And it depends on what everybody else is using around you so that they know what you're talking about. That's what's most important. Okay, so there's a couple of ways to think about this, and we're going to be looking at the multiplication sign, which looks like an X, and I'm going to explain to you how to think about multiplying. So in this case, all of these are multiplied by 10. So if you notice you have 3, then you have an X, which means multiply by this number, 10. So it says 3 multiplied by 10, 8 multiplied by 10, 6 multiplied by 10, 5 multiplied by, did you say 10? Good. 7 multiplied by 10, 10 multiplied by 10, okay? Now, another way to think about that, so you know how to say it. Some people don't say multiply by, they say 3 by 10, and then other people will say 3 times 10. So you're going to hear me say all of those. Now, the way to think about this is you have 3 groups of 10. So if you have 3 groups of 10, that's like saying you have 1, 2, 3 groups of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay? So that's 10, 20, 30 would be your answer. 3 groups of 10. Okay? Some people like to sort of twist it around. It doesn't really matter what it looks like, but it's very often you will get your teacher who will say, I want it this way. So just understand what your teacher wants it, which way they want it, and then use it that way, okay? So as long as you have 1, 2, 3 groups of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. That's really what matters, okay? So in this case, let's do 3 groups of 10. So that would be a 10 plus a 10 plus a 10. That's 3 groups of 10, 10, 20, 30. This one is saying 8 groups of 10. So if you have 8 groups of 10, it would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Oh, that was long. Okay, 8 groups of 10 is 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80. And you may have known that it was 80 right away. Good for you if you did. Okay, 6 groups of 10. So you have to write out, when you're doing this, you do have to show the 6 groups. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. And that would be 60. Okay? See how fast you are. Let's see if you can do this without writing it all out now. Notice that it was 6 groups of 10 gives you 60. 8 groups of 10 gives you 80. 3 groups of 10 gives you 30. Now, that 30 means 3 and T means 10. So 3 tens, 30. And that's what you've got, 30. When you have AT, it means 8 tens. And that's what you've got, AT, because T means 10. So instead of saying 8 10, you say AT. And this one's 6 tens, so you say 6T. So this case, it's 5 tens, so you say 50. And so the answer is 50. In this case, you have 7 tens, so it's 7T. 7T. And now it's 10 tens. Uh-oh. We don't say 10T. In fact, you have a 0 at the end. You still have the 10, with a 0 at the end, just like you had 7 with a 0, 5 with the 0, but this time it's 10 with the 0. And do you recognize this number? Did you get 100? Way to go if you did, because that is 100. And the neat thing about multiplying any number by 10 is you just add a 0 to the end, and you've got the answer. So even if I gave you, let's say I said 15 times 10, now you're getting to tricky stuff. It would be a 15 with a 0 at the end. Okay? And look, that's 150. That's a big number. But it doesn't matter how big the number is. All you do is put a 0 at the end because it is with the T, with the 10. So if you had 2,598 and you multiply that by 10, it is that number with the 10 at the end, the 0 at the end, showing it's that 10 times. Okay? So that's multiplying by 10. Have fun with this. I know a lot of kids really like this, and it's a nice way to start your multiplying. Thanks.